This is the third in a series of in-depth tutorials on using WebPublish, the website and web document authoring tool from Airset. In this tutorial, we will cover adding text and graphics to a page and how to style those elements. Returning to the bakery website we are building in this tutorial series, remember that each page in the site is based on the layout template page. By setting text styles and formatting options on the template page, they are set for all pages created from the template page. Let's open the layout template page for editing. I'm going to enter a lot of text and then show how you can use WebPublish to set the standard text formatting tags supported by browsers. Then we'll style these text elements. Before getting to formatting, it's worthwhile to take a moment to talk about scrolling. You will notice that after entering more text than will fit on the page, I now have a scroll bar inside the page. The scroll bar appears here because the page layout is currently set to fit to page. Since the content area is one subdivided area that no longer fits on the page, the scroll bar spans this area. However, it is possible to choose a specific area to get the scroll bar. In this case, I'll click in the text area and choose the Force Scroll Here option. Now the scroll bar appears in the bottom text area. Another option is to change to allow the entire page to scroll. Now the scroll bar appears on the right side of the window and scrolls the entire page, and our content area grows to accommodate the text. We'll use this option for the design. Returning to our text, I'll set the first line to a level 1 heading by clicking on the line and then clicking on the Edit Toolbar menu item, Line Format, Heading 1. Next, I'll indent this line of text by clicking on the line and then clicking on the Indent Toolbar button. I'll set this line to a level 2 heading. And to place a picture on the page and have the text flow around it, I click where I'd like to insert the picture and then click on the Image Toolbar button. In the dialog that appears, I choose an image source, in this case a photo I've already uploaded, and the option to have the picture on the left with text wrapping around it. Next, I'll choose a level 3 heading for this line and format these lines to be a bulleted list by selecting them and clicking on the bullet button on the Edit Toolbar. To make these two lines second level bullets, I select them and click Indent on the toolbar button. And I'll set these lines to be a numeric list with a couple of second level items. Okay, that covers the basic text formatting options for HTML pages and how you can insert images on your page. Next, we'll explore our options for styling this text with WebPublish. First, we'll set the default font, size, style, and color for text in all content areas by clicking on the toolbar menu item Page Settings. We used this dialog previously to set the background page color. Here we'll set the default text for the page to Times 14 point and the color to a dark gray. Click on Page Styles to bring up the Page Styles dialog. This allows you to customize a number of text and image style elements. Let's start with text headings. You can customize 6 heading styles. Since this is a simple website, we'll define just 3 heading levels. Click on the heading level on the left and then click the Custom button on the right. The dialog changes to show options for defining the heading style. You can also give your headings unique names if desired. I'm just going to enter heading 1. This name will appear on the Edit Toolbar Line Format drop-down menu for setting headings in the text. Next, I will set the font, size, style, and color for this heading. Justification, and the spacing above, below, or to either side. Anything left blank will get the browser default. I'll use the same techniques to define 2 additional heading levels. The text on our page is now changed to reflect the text and heading styles set in Page Settings and Page Styles. And the Line Format menu now shows only our customized headings. Returning to the Page Styles dialog, the next section lets you adjust the line height for text. This is the distance between the base lines of text on successive lines. If left blank, you get the default single line spacing. You can enter either an absolute value in pixels or a font relative value of ems. An em is the height of the current font. In general, it is better to use ems because your spacing will change with the font size. For example, if we enter 1.5 em, we see that our text now has a line spacing of 1.5. If the font size were made bigger, the spacing would increase proportionally. If we had used an absolute pixel value for line spacing, the space between baselines would remain constant, and as the font size increased, eventually the text from one line would be overlapped by the text of the next. Unless you wanted this effect, it is better to use ems. Remember that this line is indented using the indent tool. Going back to the Page Styles dialog, I'll clear the change to line spacing and change the spacing of an indent. Again, you can enter absolute pixel measurements or an em value. If you use ems, the distance of the indent will increase with the font size, which is typically what you want. On the other hand, if you're trying to get indented text to exactly line up with the background graphic, an absolute pixel value would be better. In this tutorial, we learned how to set the default page font on the Page Settings dialog, and how to set default heading styles, line spacing, and indent spacing on the Page Styles dialog. As we will learn later, these styles can be overridden by area settings and styles and inline text formatting. In the next tutorial, we will cover link, picture, and list styling.